Picking up before our meeting starts, and I would like to start with a proclamation that is recognizing September 17th, 2024 as National Voter Registration Day. And we are recognizing and applauding the dedicated endeavors of the Albany County League of Women Voters, who work tirelessly to enhance our county by boosting voter registration and highlighting the importance of voting. And I would like to call up Susan LaRilliard, who will present this proclamation.
And representatives of the league should come up as well. So thank you all for being here. I'm just going to read from the proclamation this evening. National Voter Registration Day is a nonpartisan civic holiday dedicated to celebrating our democracy and promoting voter engagement. And whereas since its start in 2012, the holiday and its team, consisting of thousands of partners, have collaborated to register over 5 million Americans to vote in preparation for the upcoming elections. And whereas National Voter Registration Day involves dedicated partners of every background from all over the country, connecting with local communities for a single day of coordinated field, digital, and media action focused squarely on growing our democracy. And whereas established in 1922, the League of Women Voters of Albany County is a nonpartisan grassroots organization that encourages informed and active participation in government, works to increase understanding of major public policy issues, and influences public policy through education and advocacy. And whereas the Albany County League of Women Voters collaborates with National Voter Registration Day, they have engaged with numerous individuals across the county to educate them on voting, providing information on the when, where, and how of voting. And whereas for over 100 years, the League has been dedicated to empowering voters and safeguarding democracy. They strive to make voting inclusive and accessible to all communities by advocating for increased access to the polls, expanding early voting, and supporting automatic and online voter registration. And whereas National Voter Registration Day provides an opportunity for the Albany County League of Women Voters to encourage Albany County residents to vote and promote civic engagement. Now, therefore, be it resolved, the Albany County Legislature recognizes September 17th as National Voter Registration Day and applauds the dedicated endeavors of the Albany County League of Women Voters in enhancing our county by boosting voter registration, advocating for the significance of voting, and actively involving the community to highlight the importance of voting. So thank you all very much. I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you.
And I'd like to give you this proclamation.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Deborah Liebman. I'm the Director of Voter Services of the Albany County League of Women Voters. As Susan said, September 17th is National Voter Registration Day. With the generous support of the Golub Corporation and Mona Golub, the Leagues of Women Voters of the 4 counties in the area will spread out at locations throughout the Capital District, including at all the Price Shoppers in Albany County, to welcome new voters, register new voters, inform them of the ways and the hows and the when to vote. We're very grateful for this recognition of our efforts. Thank you very much. In addition, I just wanted to give you a brief update because thanks to our your generous grant, we are going to have advertisements on the backs and the front sides of buses in the Albany County that will say vote today, shape tomorrow, and they'll be for the 4 weeks before the election. So look for those. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes, and I just want to add the legislature's black Caucus and Women's Caucus is participating in a voter outreach effort on September 29th this month at the Albany Farmers Market at the MVP Arena. So we're really excited about that. So.
Two at once, I'm very impressed.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Our next proclamation is to honor a track club called Sky's the Limit for their outstanding contributions to the community and significant achievements of the athletes in the 2024 AAU Junior Olympics. And I think Lynn Lekakis will be presenting the proclamation. Do you want me to invite them all up? Come on up.
That's pretty quick. Go ahead, I'm not going to play any of them.
Yep, we have room on that side too, yeah.
Come on down. The Sky's the Limit Track Club has shown remarkable pride and passion by fostering an environment that nurtures young athletes to excel in various facets of their lives. This is achieved through enhancing athletic abilities, fostering teamwork, and instilling a sense of responsibility. And the Sky's the Limit Track Club is focused on the development of young athletes in track and field, fostering dedication, positive participation, and motivating the Capital Region youth through steadfast sportsmanship, team building. And whereas the track club is dedicated to community involvement and emphasizes the importance of keeping athletic teams accessible through fundraising efforts that provide an opportunity for individuals of all backgrounds a chance to be a part of an accepting and motivated team. And whereas Lisa Paparone, a track club coach, brings 20 years of experience as a varsity track and field coach. Her primary focus is offering steadfast support to young athletes and nurturing their love for the sport of track and field. And in the 2024 AAU Junior Olympics, over 31 athletes from the Capital Region passionately represented the Sky's the Limit Track Club in numerous track activities such as the long jump, relay, and hurdles. And whereas the Sky's the Limit Track Club has made a significant impact on the Capital Region by nurturing the talents of young athletes and providing them with the guidance needed to excel at local and national levels. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Albany County Legislature, on behalf of the citizens of Albany County, honor the Sky's the Limit Track Club for their outstanding contributions to the community and proudly celebrates the remarkable achievements of the young athletes at the 2024 Junior Olympics. Congratulations. We are so proud. Let the short people come to the podium. All right, now you long jumpers, I bet you
Okay, we have one more proclamation that I will be reading off on behalf of our chair of our Legislative Black Caucus, Dr. Carolyn McLaughlin, and also our deputy chair, Wanda Willingham, who are delayed coming back from a meeting. But I will be presenting this proclamation, which is in honor of the remarkable life and long-standing legacy of Dr. Alice Green, whose dedication to reshaping the justice system, commitment to civil rights advocacy and equity has left a long-lasting mark on Albany County. And I think that you're going to close the door so we can hear. Yeah, we'll call you up. We have with us a very distinguished guest, the spouse of Dr. Alice Green, Charles Toohey, and we're privileged to give you this, this proclamation. I know that many in the chamber, when we heard the news of Dr. Green passing away, we had just spent time with her in the legislature at our Legislative Black Caucus Juneteenth event, where she was one of our speakers. So, you know, I'm glad that we had that time with her, but it was very heartbreaking that we lost her so soon. I'm going to read a little bit of the proclamation. Throughout her lifetime, Dr. Alice Green, a beloved member of our Albany County community, consistently showed remarkable dedication, commitment, and service to social justice. Born in Greenville, South Carolina, to parents William and Annie McPadden, Dr. Green and her family migrated to the Adirondacks, where she spent her childhood. Dr. Green earned a doctoral degree in criminal justice and 3 master's degrees in social work, education, and criminology from the University of Albany. Following this, she began as an adjunct professor and was later appointed by Governor Mario Cuomo in 1986 to serve as the Deputy Commissioner of the State Division of Probation and Correctional Alternatives, a role she held for 6 years. Green's dedication to civil rights led her to establish the African American Cultural Center and the Center for Law and Justice. She also authored Albany's longest-running black newspaper, The South End Scene, along with several books that recount her encounters with racism. These efforts earned her various awards, including recognition from the NAACP, National Organization for Women, the New York State Senate, and the prestigious John Brown Freedom of Justice Award on a national level. Alice and her husband of 52 years, Charles Toohey, established a program at the University of Albany to diversify the teaching and counseling professions in the Capital Region, and the University of Albany named her a Distinguished Citizen Laureate of the university. Green is survived by her son John, daughter Brenda, and Charles, along with her cherished grandchildren, Kaya, Olivia, and Ava. She is also survived by her brother, Duke Padden, and sister, Joan Lee. Preceding her in death were her brothers, Ralph and Clyde, as well as sisters, Geraldine and Sadie. The Albany County Legislature comes together this evening to honor and celebrate the life and long-lasting legacy of Dr. Alice Green. Her dedication to reshaping the justice system, her remarkable displays of grace and humility have left a long-lasting legacy in Albany County. We express our deepest gratitude and admiration for Dr. Green's groundbreaking advocacy, her lifetime achievements, and we extend our heartfelt condolences to her family for the loss of a truly exceptional and highly revered individual whose impact will be forever engraved in the hearts and minds of Albany County residents. On behalf of the Albany County Legislature, I would love to present this proclamation to you, her surviving spouse, Mr. Toohey, and I know that I speak on behalf of the whole legislature and all the staff that we were moved by her long-lasting legacy. What a remarkable life, what a remarkable woman, and we're glad that we had time to share with her recently. So come on up, thank you so much.
Cultural Center, which is the successor to the failed African American Cultural Center, which you all know about. And so I'm here today to just say that Alice's dream continues on with the Center for Law Justice, and we're going to revitalize the corner of South Pearl and Madison with the new Black Arts Cultural Center with 18 affordable apartments, which will then be housing for people in the neighborhood and people coming out of prison, and also provide a revenue stream for the arts organization, which we all know is always poor all the time. And so it's sort of a double dip, you know, to be able to redevelop that corner, which is very important to the south end of Albany, and to do education, cultural history, and these are all the principles that Alice stood for. And the best way we can honor her is to just keep on keeping on, and that's what we're going to do. Mark is my former student in Africana Studies, but he's also a founding member of the Cultural Center, #1, and we realize that we have to have Cultural Center #2. And so we're partners in crime here to create a viable cultural, historical record for the people of Albany of African American descent. And so we're going to work really hard, and we hope to be seeing the county at some point when we're trying to, you know, raise money or whatever we want to do. And by the way, on September 29th at the Palace, there will be an event at 4 o'clock, right?
Right.
Okay.
And so this is not, I think a lot of times people think, because we're located in the city of Albany, we are going to be reaching out for anyone in the county and this region to participate in it. So this is not just the city of Albany, it's just that we house in the city of Albany, sorry to say. But I appreciate, I know that you guys pay attention to some of the stuff you do. So I appreciate the vote about the other iteration, and hopefully you're reading through what I'm saying. So I appreciate that, because it is important for the young people. In order for us to change that area and all the area, I'm involved because the young people need stuff to do, and we all do that. And, I mean, like I said, history is very important, and one of the history we're going to tell, obviously now, is about Dr. Green and her history of 60 years of doing work here in this office. So we appreciate all of you, but we appreciate Charles and Dr. Green. So thank you for that.
We will start the public hearing in 4 minutes.
Is there anyone in the chambers that want to sign up and speak? You can come and sign up now.
All right, ready? Good evening, everyone. Welcome. I'm Joanne Cunningham. I serve as the chair of the Albany County Legislature. The rules of the Albany County Legislature allow for a period of public comment before our monthly meetings. Our rules prohibit members of the public from questioning legislators and prohibit us from questioning you. This is your time to speak and our time to listen. In accordance with our rules of order, speakers will be allowed 3 minutes each. I ask everyone to please silence their cell phones. Clerk, please call the roll.
Besson. Bergdorf. Present. Clay. Clary. Here. Collins. Here. Camiso. Here. Conway. Here. Cunningham.
Here.
Demolowitz. Here. Drake. Here. Epicoro. Here. Ethier. Feeney. Here. Fine. Here. Grimm. Here. Andrew Joyce. Here. Ray Joyce. Kuhn. Here. LaVilliard. Here. Lakakis. Here. Lockhart. Here. Mariello. Here. Mayo. Here. McLaughlin. McLean Lane. Present. Miller. Present. Petto. Hurley. Here. Plosky. Here. Reedy. Here. Reinhardt. Ricard. Present. Robinson. Rosano. Here. Simpson. Smith. Here. Ward. Here. Whalen. Here. Willingham. I have 31 present. 33. Up, Ethier. Up. 33. 33.
Clerk, please read the name of the first speaker.
Jeannie Orr.
Or Director of Capital District Tobacco-Free Communities, which is funded by the New York State Department of Health. And I want to thank you for considering ways to reduce tobacco use, including vaping in the county. For decades now, we've known definitively that smoking causes lung cancer and a host of other health issues. In fact, smoking is the leading preventable cause of death in the U.S. And while the long-term health effects of vaping are not as well known, we do know that e-cigarettes are not safe. They contain cancer-causing chemicals and tiny particles that can be inhaled deeply into the lungs. The high doses of nicotine available through e-cigarettes are especially harmful to developing adolescent brains, affecting learning, mood, impulse control, and even increasing the risk for future addiction to other drugs. According to the latest data, nearly 1 in 5 high school students in New York State reported vaping nicotine. It's imperative that we do all we can to prevent young people from starting. So one thing we can do is education. But the other thing is changing the environment. I think we can all agree that where we live, what we see, and what's available influence our perceptions of what is normal and desirable and affects our behavior. It's not surprising then that the Surgeon General report on preventing tobacco use among youth concludes that the more young people are exposed to cigarette advertising and promotion, the more likely they are to smoke. So what does the tobacco marketing environment look like in Albany County? In 2017, we shared with you a report about the disproportionate presence of tobacco marketing and promotion in zip codes with the highest poverty levels in the city of Albany, and how this contributes to increased tobacco use and ultimately to increased death and disease. Included in this report were conversations we had with residents who lived in these very neighborhoods. Several of these participants were smokers. One person said, "I'm a smoker and I can't walk too long. So if the store is 5 blocks away, I don't smoke." Another commented, "Availability is a big factor. There's a store right across the street from my house." Last fall, we shared this report to you, detailing observations from 2023. We observed 41 licensed tobacco retailers in the city of Albany, specifically those located within 1,500 feet of schools in the highest poverty zip codes. And here's a quick summary of those findings. Tobacco retailers in the high poverty zip codes of Albany County are more likely to be located within 1,500 feet of one or more schools. Some schools like Sheridan Prep and Brighter Choice in West Hill have as many as 8 and 11 licensed tobacco retailers, respectively, within 1,500 feet. In 74% of the stores visited, the tobacco product display took up between half and all the space behind the checkout counter.
30 seconds.
Okay, thank you. And one more finding that you would want to know about, we also discovered that some of these stores were in violation of New York state law, and I think you remember us telling you that. 27 of 41 of the retailers displayed one or more exterior tobacco ads. 15 of 41 were selling flavored e-cigarettes containing nicotine. Both of these laws were passed in 2020 in New York State. This report, as well as the one from 2017, are available on our website, smokefreecapital.org. And if you have any questions, please reach out to us. Thank you very much.
Carol Waterman.
Hi, I'm a lifelong Democrat, and I plan to remain one. I'm also a Democrat who puts my money where my mouth is. So every day, whether the stock market, my investments are up, down, or whatever, I donate $200 a day, including weekends, to Senate and House candidates, and also down ballot candidates. Now, I want to talk about the airport, because we keep hearing that the whole thing that's the controversy that's been going on about it is a circus. Well, yeah, I mean, there are clowns, so of course it's a circus, okay? And among the clowns, of course, are the members of the board, and the people who put them there, and the people, and Dan McCoy, who wanted that job, Mr. Calderon's job, even after he made a scene at the airport. But anyway, clowns are funny. Nothing about this whole thing is at all funny. It's actually disgraceful and disgusting. Now, ousting Mr. Calderon, who is doing an amazing job, was bad enough. But not even letting him finish out his term and firing him while he was in the ICU? Okay. Now, I know the board members say they have nothing, they didn't know about this. I'm sorry, I was born at night, but I wasn't born last night. This is totally not credible, okay? Either someone came to the ICU to fire him, or maybe they did this by phone. Either way, this is disgraceful, okay? I can't really state my opinion about that whole thing, like he's in the ICU and they fire him. I can't really state it because it would involve words that I really can't say here, okay? But you get the idea, I'm sure. Now, Democrats, of which I am one, frequently talk about Republicans who don't stand up to Trump. I'm one of them, by the way, okay? When are Democrats going to
30
start
seconds.
talking? Okay. When are they going to start talking about the Democrats who won't stand up to Dan McCoy? Anyway, it's reached the point where I'm embarrassed to be a Democrat. But I will continue donating money at the national level and some down ballot candidates too. The $150,000 that we've heard about that is going to be used for, in schools to prevent cigarette smoking and other forms of drug abuse. Cigarettes are a drug, okay?
Time.
But, okay, I'll finish up. They want $150,000? That is pathetically little, especially when you figure that every year our county gets over $1 million from the tobacco settlement money. So, let's all put our mouths on, where that is. And I know I'm shutting up. Okay. Thank you for your attention.
There are no more speakers.
Okay.
Come on up.
You're the only one to vote, Donna. You're the only one. Hi. After you.
Oh, thank you. Just wondering what we can get 5 minutes. Little me, I guess. And no one other person. Oh, you do? All right.
Hello, thank you. My name is Mike McGlynn. I'm from Waterville. I'd like to talk about global warming again. Global warming with higher air temperatures increases ground level ozone pollution, adversely affecting clean air. Our Constitution guarantees each person shall have a right to clean air and water and a healthful environment. The 2019 New York State Department of Health's Heat and Health Profile Report for Albany County indicates our neighbors living in designated disadvantaged census tracts of the county are more vulnerable to the effects of heat. The 2022 Capital Region Community Health Needs Assessment for Albany County indicated a priority focus area is chronic disease prevention, care, and management. The 2024 State Extreme Heat Action Plan indicates the Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Services and other government agencies manage the State Comprehensive Emergency Management Plan. However, the 2024 Extreme Heat Annex to the plan indicates state assistance will serve as a supplement to local actions and will typically be made after local resources are exhausted. Partnerships among the Albany County Climate Smart Communities in cooperation with the Community Service Board, the Albany Social Service Department, the Department for Children, Youth, and Families, and nonprofit organizations can implement recommended actions of the 2022 Albany County Climate Resilience Plan to provide financial assistance to increase resilience of individual households. Coordinated investment of public and private financial resources to purchase energy-efficient HVAC systems and install the equipment in residential buildings within designated disadvantaged census tracts can protect our neighbors and reduce government payments to National Grid. Inclusion of OSHA's proposed new rule, heat injury and illness
30
prevention,
seconds.
in October and indoor work settings within the county human services policy can protect workers involved in the mitigation of health-related illnesses. Therefore, I urge advocacy for improved government human resource policies to ensure the protection of our neighbors and their constitutional rights. Thank you.
Is there anyone else in the chamber who wishes to speak? Public forum is now closed. We will call our meeting to order with the Pledge of Allegiance. Can I ask all of you who've had a September birthday to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance? Clerk, please call the roll.
Beston. Here. Bergdorf. Here. Clay. Clary. Here. Collins. Here. Camiso. Conway. Here. Cunningham.
Here.
Demalowitz. Here. Drake. Here. Efacoro. Here. Ethier. Here. Feeney. Here. Fine. Here. Grimm. Here. Andrew Joyce. Here. Ray Joyce. Here. Kuhn. Here. Larilliard. Here. Lakakis.
Here.
Lockhart.
Here.
Muriello.
Here.
Mayo.
Here.
McLaughlin. McLean Lane.
Here.
Miller.
Present.
Petto.
Here.
Purley.
Here.
Plosky.
Here.
Reedy.
Here.
Reinhardt. Ricard.
Present.
Robinson. Rosano.
Here.
Simpson. Smith.
Here.
Ward.
Here.
Whalen.
Here.
Willingham. 33 present.
Clerk, please read Resolution 423.
Public hearing on proposed local law number M for 2024, a local law of the County of Albany, New York, amending Chapter 288 of the Albany County Code regarding the welfare and safety of pets and vehicles.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. Please read 493.
Providing a plan of deposition of commercial gaming revenue funds.
Mr. Moriello?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just wanted to speak on this evening because I'm the prime sponsor, and I just wanted to explain why this resolution was proposed. It was proposed because we're looking to raise our hotel tax in Albany County by 0.5%, from 6% to 6.5%. I think as elected officials, we should look at all options to achieve our goals without raising taxes. Again, our hotel tax is 6%, and that's the most in Albany, and that's the highest hotel tax in the region, with the exception of Saratoga Springs, which is equal to ours. So by adding another 0.5%, we're going to have the highest hotel tax in the area. Currently, with the 4% or the 6% sales tax, 3% of that is going towards funding the capital center. And I think everyone understands that the capital center initially was budgeted for about $380 million. Well, it was scaled down to about just under $80 million. So the capital center is debt-free. That fund right now has a surplus, and it really doesn't need 3% of our hotel tax dollars to go to that venue. I know we've tried, and we've lobbied our state representatives and the majority to change the formula. Unfortunately, they decided that that's something that they don't want to do. So what we've decided, we came up with an idea of, we have revenue from the casino in Schenectady, the gaming revenue from the Rivers Casino. And we would like to take some of that revenue to fund economic development in Albany County. And if we look at this, we just formed the Albany Alliance back in 2020. It's only been 4 years. Our neighboring communities around us have been funding and doing a lot with economic development. We're late to the game. So instead of taking, what I'd like to do is I'd like to take $1.5 million from our gaming revenue that we get and apply that towards economic development in Albany County. Now, I was told by the county executive's office, okay, you can do that, but if you do that, how are you going to fill that hole? Because we use that money to balance our budget. Well, we took a quick look at our budget, and right now, we budget $6.1 million to the stage act, $3 million to the Albany County Improvement Initiative, $1 million to arts and culture support. So there is money that we can take from these areas and we can apply it towards economic development. Then the proposal is to increase this by $250,000 every year up to 5 years. At that point, we'll be applying about $2.5 million towards economic development, and it puts us in the game. Right now, last year, we generated about $766 million at 0.5% in hotel taxes. If we can apply the full 1%, we'd have over $1.5 million. Unfortunately, again, as I said, our representatives won't allow us to do that. So if we can take that 1.5 million from these other lines, and we can use that money towards economic development, that puts us in the game. If anyone's been to Schenectady and gone down to the Mohawk Harbor, very impressive. And they have a lot of people there. This past weekend, they had 2 festivals. They had a Greek and Italian festival running simultaneously. It was crazy down there. And so we need to step it up, and we need to get into the game. And just a couple of really quick facts to back up what I'm talking about. The Albany Cap Center is the only state authority funded by local tax dollars. Albany County continues to take in historic sales tax revenue. Our collections were up 3.8% for the first 6 months of this year. As a comparison, the state average is 1.8%, an increase of 1.8%. As far as our neighboring counties are concerned, Saratoga increased theirs by 2.4, Schenectady was up by 1.6, and Rensselaer County was minus 1.5. So I think we need to get in the game. We need to put some money behind the Albany Alliance. We need to compete with our surrounding counties, and we need to work to get Albany County in the game with economic development. Thank you.
Mr. Demolowitz.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I agree with everything when it comes to convention center. I think you're 100% on that. The fact is that I believe the Buffalo Stadium is being funded by Erie County. So they have some funding in there for that. Simple fact is that there's going to be a hole in the budget if we move this money out into this fund, the Alliance. But, you know, Albany County, I take exception. Albany County is doing a great job of economic development. We got Plug Power, which was going to move to Schenectady County, came to Albany County. We gave $5 million to come here. We're working with Regeneron, Rensselaer County. Going to be coming into the 2 Guys building in the hands. So you look at all the projects that we've done here between the IDA and CRC in Albany County, you know, it's endless. And we just did the BOSI's projects in Colony, the beautiful schools up there through the Albany County CRC. You know, we've done projects at Sea on the dorms in Colony. Bipartisan, by the way. Bipartisan. I was disturbed about that article I read in the Times Union about taking the options away from the towns. That's not, you gotta work together. You gotta work with the towns in the municipalities. We've done that, and it's been proven. We've done projects in the city of Albany. We've done the Girls Academy Library. We did Holy Names Gym. So, you know, there's projects we've done. The biggest problem that we have in economic development in Albany County is what Rensselaer County has and what Schenectady County has. You know what they all got? We don't have land. They have the land that is accessible to the highways that you gotta have if you're gonna do any kind of economic development with any kind of industrial parks. We got the one in Bethlehem, which we're growing out. So, you know, we're funding these programs, and we're working to go forward with these programs. And we work with the Alliance. Everybody here support the Alliance, how making that move forward. And I look for great things in the future. And I wish there was different ways to fund this. I wish we had a Metroplex. A Metroplex, 1% of their sales tax goes to economic development. That is such a beautiful project that once Farley got that passed over there, we all jumped down. I don't know a county in the state that didn't want to do it, but they said no. They cut it right down. The Assembly and the Senate, we're not doing no more. You know, we'd all love to have that. So that's a major revenue generator for them. And don't forget where Harbor is and that casino is. It was a brownfield. They got millions and millions of dollars to clean that up, and Galeese got millions and millions of dollars to build that harbor site there. So it's not, you know, you gotta look at the big picture, and you gotta look at where the money's coming from, and who's giving the money. And to be truly an economic development, it's about money. You gotta have the money to draw the companies to get here, and we're doing our best with that, and that's really coming from the state. They're gonna lead the bus on that, because, you know, most of the local municipalities can't do it. It used to be if you had a great workforce, you had great facilities, you had great people you could work with, you move your company here. You know what it is today? How much can you give me? How much can you give me to move my company to Albany? How much can you give me to move my company to Stanford? What it is today, you know? So, and that's where the state's got to step in and help the municipality with Empire State Development to make sure that we can get these companies to move and partner with us to get these companies to move to Albany County. Thank you, Madam Chairman.
Mr. Drake?
Thanks. I just want to refocus this debate here. Gary, great stuff. It's 100%. But what we're actually talking about is how are we funding, not whether we need to fund economic development. And we're not talking about whether our economic development is doing well, but rather how are we going to continue to fund the Albany County Alliance. So in this case, this proposal is to do just that and to create more funding rather than less. So everything that Gary said is correct. Metroplex has, you know, sort of this unlimited lifeline out there. So we have to take steps toward that. And where can we find that money? Well, we have a source of money coming to us. And the idea behind Mr. Morello's proposal here is to step it up each year. And, you know, the reality is actually we do have land. We've got that huge site in Town Colony, right? You know, that we can develop. It's a brownfield, the same kind of thing. We've got Wolf Road, which is kind of starting to see, you know, has seen better days. We've got a lot of things to do. There's a lot of things we can do in Albany County. We're not down and out there, I don't think at all. So we have a lot to offer. We have a tremendous infrastructure. How are we going to fund it? And if you want to compete with the big dogs, you got to have money. Just like Gary said, you got to have money. You got to be able to give out money. Why? Because when we invest it, it comes back in sales tax receipts, one way or the other, whether it's the business or whether it's the people that work there spending their money after work and on the weekend and in their homes. So the proposal that's on the table here is to find more money than just raising taxes by 0.5%. This is more than that. Let's be clear. This is investing more in economic development than the 0.5 point hotel tax would offer. At the same time, we remain competitive, as competitive as we can be with the highest hotel tax in the area, for drawing conventions, for drawing groups, for drawing events. When I speak to constituents in Latham that own hotels, what they say is when we're doing an RFP for a hotel group, whatever it is, we're on razor-thin margins. People will shop us, Todd, for $10 a night in our hotel. That's 0.5% right there. So if my constituents say we can lose out on opportunities in Latham, because right, that's what I represent, which is also Albany County, which is what I represent, if we're losing those because somebody can go 10 minutes down the road and save $10, I think we shouldn't be raising the barriers to these groups and the barriers to these reservations. I think we can take the money from what is a guaranteed stream and find a way to be a little bit more frugal with some of our other spending. I don't know that it creates a hole. I think it creates smart thinking opportunities. What can we do? Are there a few things that can spare 100 here and 100 there? I think that's easy enough to do in a budget of our size. This is a very small price to pay for economic development. I'm all for it. I'm all for spending as much as we can to advance Albany County. Thank you.
Mr. Bergdorf?
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. I expressed a number of things that I wanted to talk about. but I'm going to try to highlight some anyway. Generally when government talks about investment, they mean we want to tax you. And it's a code word for tax. In this instance, investment is reinvesting people's tax dollars that we already have under our care, custody, and control, and putting them to work to create more tax dollars, both taxable real property and income taxes and real property taxes for real people with jobs. Todd also talked about our budget. I think we're close to about 800 million now in a budget. Are we actually saying that with $140 million unencumbered fund balance, we can't find $1.5 million to reinvest in creating jobs in this county? Now, we have all this money in the STEM program. It's dedicated to green energy projects. Well, I think you can see what's been happening with the green energy projects. Nobody likes to talk about it. They've all been canceled, or they're rebid with such huge dollars that the state is now reevaluating its whole energy plan. I'm not sure that that's where we should be putting $6 million. So if we want to take $1.5 million out of $800 million and invest it in general economic development, but the county executive in the other parts of his budget say, well, let's take $500,000 from the STEM Act. Let's do something that we're going to see later tonight at the hospital. My goodness, we're doing away with unfunded budget items. Money that we've taxed everybody for years and years and years, knowing that there's no way that we're going to fill those jobs because we're just not competitive, at least not yet. So we're just feathering our fund balance. When we bought land in Bethlehem, nobody broke a sweat for $1.1 million. You know where we found that money? Unbudgeted interest on earnings. We found that money under the pads of our couch. It was there. We can absolutely put in $1.5 million on day one for economic development, and then ratchet it up $250,000 a year over 5 years. And you know something? We sunsetted this bill, so that at the end of 5 years, if it didn't work, or you got a better way, or somebody gets state legislators who will actually give us our county tax money back that's going to a state authority, we have the ability to change things around. Just because the legislature said, no, we don't want to give you any of the state's money, but we'll give you the ability to tax, doesn't mean we should tax. I live where Todd lives. I live in Lakewood. I have hotels on Wolf Road, and I represent the same areas that Todd does. All those people have the ability to go to Saratoga County. All those people are bidding for weddings and meetings, and I'm not going to tell you that 0.5% is the driving force, but it's a force. So if we have all this money, why can't we put it to good use? Why can't we do what's a real investment, the opposite of taxation, which is take some of the money that we have and actually say, we're gonna take a little step towards Metroplex. We're gonna take a little step towards everybody else's economic development funding, and we're going to create a sustainable stream for at least 5 years anyway. What are we risking here? That somebody doesn't have $1.5 million somewhere to say, oh, I got some pet project. Let's throw 300 grand here. Let's throw 200 grand there. Let's throw $1.5 million over here. Because that's what we're doing. We do it every month. Take a look at the spending that we do. So, you know, if you want to take some of that spending and actually reinvest it in this county without making your hotels less competitive and charging people more money, I don't understand why folks won't give this a try. Because it will do away with the need to raise taxes. They're going to hurt small businesses and big businesses as well. And we have the ability and the wherewithal, and most importantly, we have the money. We're running way over in sales tax as well, interest on income, vacant positions. I realize I'm going over that, as I tend to do. But I'll sit down now because I've sort of said my piece. But I'm going to support this because it's the right thing to do instead of taxing people. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mr. Graham.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I rise in support of this idea. I think it's a sensible idea, and it's a way of funding economic development that Mr. Moriello is proposing to us. You know, since the day I got here, I have studied the budgets pretty carefully. I'm a numbers guy. I have been since I was 7 years old. And what do the numbers tell me? Albany County is swimming in money. And this is the last time to be taking more money out of people's pockets. And that's what the hotel tax is going to do. It's reaching into people's pockets when we shouldn't be doing it. Why are we swimming in money? $139 million unassigned fund balance. That's unprecedented. It's unassigned money sitting there. When I first started here, it was just a fraction of what that is now. So we have a pretty large reserve fund, and everybody gets credit for building that up because that's a sensible thing to do. The Stage Act for tech businesses, we found out of the blue. We started that a couple of years ago for $4 million, put another $4 million in, and even though we didn't spend that, we put $6 million in for this year. So that right there is $14 million. So that's money created just for a specific entity in economic development, not for a general economic development. The American Rescue Plan, the federal government went crazy with spending. We got $60 million. We're now at the tail end of dispersing that. That's $60 million we've invested in Albany County, money that we didn't have to produce on our own. For Albany, it was $80 million. Tobacco settlement, this was decades ago. We are still getting millions of dollars every year from the tobacco settlement. It's just something we have to say, yes, we'll take the money. Opioids, which is a curse on our country. The folks that are responsible for that epidemic are being sued, and we've won one settlement after another. More are coming. We are going to get millions of dollars from the opioid settlements for many, many years to come. Sales tax is up again. It's going to be, by the end of 24, we'll probably be close to $400 million in sales tax. Neighboring counties, we're more than all the neighboring counties on hotel tax. At 6%, it'd be worse at 6.5%. Keep in mind, we're the state capital. A lot of groups come here because we're the state capital. They have their conventions, 200, 300, 400 rooms. It matters when you start to look at the numbers and compare where they could go to Clifton Park or go over to Troy or Rensselaer down somewhere else there. So casino money, we don't have to do anything for it. The state law says because you're a neighboring county, you get a certain percentage of the tickets to the Schenectady Casino. So we have to just say yes to $2.5 million a year, and yes, a piece of that should be invested in economic development, which will benefit our county without reaching into the taxpayer pocket. So I support this proposal, and I hope you will too. Thanks for your attention.
Thank you. Long roll call, please.
Beston.
No.
Bergdorf.
Aye.
Clary.
No.
Collins.
Yes.
Camiso. Conway.
Yes.
Cunningham.
No.
Demolowitz.
No.
Drake.
Yes.
Afakoro.
No.
Ethier.
Yes.
Feeney.
No.
Fine.
No.
Grimm.
Yes.
Andrew Joyce.
No.
Ray Joyce.
No.
Kuhn.
No.
LaVilliard.
No.
Lakakis.
No.
Lockhart.
Yes.
Mariello.
Yes.
Mayo,
No.
McLean Lane,
No.
Miller,
No.
Petto, Pearlie,
Yes.
Plosky,
No.
Reedy,
No.
Ricard,
Nay.
Rosano,
No.
Smith,
Yes.
Ward,
No.
Whalen,
Yes.
Willingham.
No.
Have 23 yes, 11 no. I'm sorry, go take that back. 23 no, 11 yes.
Are you sure about that, Nicole?
Thank you. Resolution is not agreed to.
23
Thank
no.
you. Okay, 501, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Barton and Lugitas regarding design and construction administration for the sludge processing improvements project.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 502, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Gallo Construction regarding structural restoration of the MVP Arena parking garage.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 503.
Authorizing an agreement with New York State Department of Agriculture and Markets regarding fuel sample testing and inspection at retail fuel outlets.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 504.
Authorizing an agreement with Hero Clone regarding electrical construction for the MVP Arena staircase enclosure project.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 505.
Authorizing an agreement with Murnane Building Contractors regarding general construction services for the MVP Arena staircase enclosure project.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 506.
Authorizing an agreement with Trinity Alliance of the Capital Region regarding the provision of family and neighborhood resource center services.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 507.
Authorizing an agreement with the Research Foundation for the State of University of New York regarding the New York State Supervision and Treatment Services for Juveniles program.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 508.
Authorizing an agreement with the Altamont program regarding emergency and transitional shelter services for homeless single women.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 509.
Authorizing an agreement with Interface Partnership for the Homeless regarding emergency and transitional shelter services.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 510.
Authorizing an agreement with the Altamont program regarding emergency and transitional shelter services.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 511, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Interface Partnership for the Homeless regarding emergency shelter services at the Sister Mavis Jewel Medical Respite for the Homeless.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 512.
Authorizing an agreement with Interface Partnership for the Homeless regarding emergency and transitional shelter services at Mercy House.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 513.
Authorizing an agreement with Interface Partnership for the Homeless regarding emergency and transitional shelter services at the South Ferry Shelter.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 514, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Equinox regarding non-residential domestic violence services.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 515.
Authorizing an agreement with St. Catherine's Center for Children, Marillac residents regarding the provision of family shelter services.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 516.
Authorizing an agreement with the New York State Office of Temporary and Disability Assistance regarding grant funding and amending the 2024 Department of Social Services budget.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 517.
Authorizing an agreement with the Town of Colony regarding non-referral items for the Albany County Planning Board.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. For items 518 through 534, they're all intermunicipal agreements related to our municipal park improvement program. All of them can be grouped. Can I have a motion to group them? Ms. Lockhart? Mr.
Yeah,
Sure. Anyone else?
I'd like to be a co-sponsor for the two of them that have the, kind of common.
I would also like to be a co-sponsor on those.
Okay, we got Whalen and Bergdorf for
Me as well,
Colony.
Madam Chairman.
Everybody whose hands raised, you want to be a co-sponsor of your municipal parks?
Yes.
Okay, we'll sort that out as we go through this. Can I have a motion to group them? Mr. Demolowitz, can I have a second? Ms. Lockhart? Motion by Demolowitz, second by Lockhart. All those in favor? Any opposed? Okay. On the items 518 through 534, all those in favor? Any opposed? Those resolutions pass. Okay. For 534, I'm going to refer this back to, 535, which is the Airport Capital Plan. We're going to refer this back to the Audit and Finance Committee. 536, please.
Madam Chair?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to make sure the appropriate people are invited to this.
Yep, they're invited. You'll be getting the full meeting notice
I'd like
later this week.
Airport board members.
Yes.
Also, Daniel McCoy, I think, should be invited as well.
We are inviting airport personnel and board only, and you'll be receiving the meeting materials shortly. We're not going to debate that tonight. You can.
Well, that's my position.
Okay, thank you. 536, please.
Authorizing an agreement with the New York State Office of the Aging regarding Title 3B Supportive Services Funding.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 537, please.
Authorizing an agreement with the New York State Office for Aging regarding the Title 3C1 Congregate Meals Program.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 538.
Authorizing an agreement with the New York State Office for Aging regarding the Title 3C2 Home Delivered Meals Program.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 539.
Authorizing an agreement with the New York State Office for the Aging regarding the Title 3D Medication Management Program.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 540.
Authorizing an agreement with the New York State Office for the Aging regarding the Title 3E Caregiver Support Program.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 541.
Authorizing an agreement with the New York State Office for the Aging regarding the AAA State Transportation Program.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 542.
Authorizing an agreement with the New York State Office for the Aging regarding the Community Services for the Elderly Program.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 543.
Authorizing agreements with the New York State Office for the Aging and the Albany County Department of Social Services regarding the Wellness and Nutrition Program.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 544, please.
Authorizing agreements with the New York State Office for the Aging and the Albany County Department of Social Services regarding the expanded in-home services for the elderly program.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 545, please.
Authorizing an agreement with the New York State Office for the Aging regarding the Health Insurance Information, Counseling, and Assistance Program.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 546, please.
Authorizing an agreement with the New York State Office for the Aging regarding Congregate Services Initiative funding.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 547.
Authorizing an agreement with the New York State Office for the Aging regarding unmet need.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 548, please.
Authorizing agreements with the New York State Office for the Aging and the Albany County Department of Social Services regarding the New York Connects Expansion and Enhancement Program.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 549.
Amending the 2024 Albany County Budget, Youth Violence Prevention and Response Community Initiative.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 550.
Authorizing agreements with the New York State Division of Criminal Justice Services regarding aid to defense grant funding and amending the 2024 Albany County budget.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 551.
Amending the 2024 Department of Health budget, personnel adjustments.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 552.
Amending the 2024 Department of Mental Health budget, personnel adjustments.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 553.
Authorizing an agreement with the New York State Office of Addiction Services and Supports regarding the Electronic Medical Records Implementation Grant and amending the 2024 Department of Mental Health budget.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 554.
Authorizing the submission of a grant application to the United States Department of Justice, Bureau of Justice Assistance regarding the fiscal year 24 comprehensive opioid stimulant and substance use site-based program grant.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 555.
Authorizing an agreement with Rehabilitation Support Services regarding case management services for the county reentry program.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 556.
Amending Resolution Number 536 for 2013 regarding radio maintenance costs at the E911 Center.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 557, please.
Authorizing a lease agreement for land being used for a wireless communications facility.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 558, please.
Authorizing an agreement with the New York State Unified Court System regarding court security for Supreme and County Courts.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 559, please.
Amending Resolution Number 380 for 2022 as amended regarding voice-to-text translation services for the E911 phone system.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 560.
Amending Resolution Number 46 for 2024 regarding E911 system equipment and services for the towns of Bethlehem, Colony, and Guilderland.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 561.
Authorizing an agreement with ABS Solutions regarding the purchase of Microsoft 365 for the Sheriff's Office.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 562, please.
Authorizing an agreement with Aspire Technology Partners regarding software, hardware, and implementation of a new unifying Cisco communication solutions for the Sheriff's Office.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 563.
Amending the 2024 Sheriff's Office budget, auctioned agency vehicles.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 564.
Authorizing an agreement with Exxon Enterprise regarding the purchase of Exxon 3-body worn cameras for the Emergency Medical Services Unit and amending the 2024 Sheriff's Office budget.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 565, please.
Approving a collective bargaining agreement with the Department of Residential Health Care Facilities and 1199 SEIU Shaker Place Rehabilitation and Nursing Center Collective Bargaining Unit and amending the 2024 Albany County budget.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 566.
Ratifying an agreement of adjustments and release of owner with the State of New York and authorizing the execution of closing papers on behalf of the County of Albany.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 567.
Amending the 2024 budget of amending the 2024 Board of Elections budget overtime.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 568, please.
Amending Resolution Number 368 for 2020 regarding the New York State Election Cybersecurity Remediation Grant Program.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 569.
Amending Resolution Number 469 for 2022 as amended regarding the absentee ballot prepaid postage grant program.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 570.
Authorizing the conveyance of real property located at 8 Colby Street in the city of Albany.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 571.
Authorizing the conveyance of real property located at 1579 Central Avenue in the town of Colony.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 572, please.
Requesting the Department of Public Works to conduct a complete street study regarding the intersection of county and municipal roads.
We're going to refer that to Public Works Committee. 573.
Madam Chair,
Yes,
please add me as co-sponsor for 572.
sure will. Okay, 573, please.
Amending the Albany County Legislative Rules of Order related to public comment periods and public hearings.
That we are going to refer to the Rules Reform Committee. 574.
Creating an opioid antagonist.
I'm sorry,
My extension.
Ms. McLean-Lane.
I'm so sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to, I have to fill out a form to know my extension for 574.
574?
Well, we're just referring it. so-
Oh, you're just referring?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, no problem.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
574.
Creating an opioid antagonist working group to examine the efficacy and potential application of Food and Drug Administration approved overdose reversal drugs.
We're going to refer that to the Health Committee and the Law Committee. 575.
Authorizing the county executive to enter into an intermunicipal agreement with the city of Albany to honor veterans.
We're going to refer that to Public Works. And whenever you're ready, 576.
Public hearing on proposed local law number N for 2024, a local law of the County of Albany, New York, amending the Albany County Charter and local law number 8 for 1993 as amended.
We're going to refer that to Law and also Rules Reform. 577.
Public hearing on proposed local law number O for 2024, a local law of the County of Albany, New York, amending Chapter 242 of the Albany County Code to prohibit the sale of camouflage vaping devices in Albany County.
We're going to refer that to Law and also Health. Okay. 578.
Public hearing on proposed local law number P for 2024, a local law of the County of Albany, New York, amending Chapter 242 of the Albany County Code to provide a local licensing system for tobacco and related products.
We're going to refer that to Law and Health also. 579.
Amending Resolution Number 491 regarding an agreement with Empire State Development regarding Restore New York Communities Initiative funding.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. 580.
Amending Resolution Number 496 regarding the disbursements of American Rescue Plan funding and agreements with the Albany County Department of Public Works and Ty and Bond Engineering for culvert consulting services, amending the 2024 Albany County budget.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. And now we have local laws. We have local law number I for 2024. Sorry, Nicole, I gave you a little break there, if you don't mind.
A local law of the County of Albany, New York, amending Chapter 265 of the Albany County Code to update the tattoo code provisions.
Okay. Ms. Lockhart?
Thank you. I'm sorry to interrupt your flow here. On 579, could I be a sponsor to that, please?
Of course.
Thank you. I'm sorry to not put my hand up so many times.
Madam Chair,
Yes, Mr. Bergdorf.
there were a bunch of us in, the tattoo law was in two committees who asked to be co-sponsors of this because it's a fine economic development item. I was one of them, and I'd like to make sure that I'm listed as a sponsor.
Okay, for 581, the local law I. Could you raise your hands if you are not listed as a co-sponsor? We have Conway, we have Drake, Damala. Does anyone not want to be on the tattoo law? Okay. If you don't want to be on, just let us know, but otherwise we'll add everyone. Okay. We all set, Nicole? Long roll call for local law I.
Peston.
Yes.
Bergdorf.
Yes.
Clary.
Yes.
Collins.
Yes.
Camiso. Conway.
Yes.
Cunningham.
Yes.
Demolowitz.
Yes.
Drake.
Yes.
Epicoro.
Yes.
Ethier.
Yes.
Feeney.
Yes.
Fine.
Yes.
Grimm.
Yes.
Andrew Joyce.
Yes.
Ray Joyce. Coon.
Yes.
LaVilliard.
Yes.
Lakakis.
Yes.
Lockhart.
Yes.
Mariello.
Yes.
Mayo.
Yes.
McLean Lane.
Yes.
Miller.
Aye.
Peto. Purley.
Yes.
Plasky.
Yes.
Reedy.
Yes.
Ricard. Rosano.
Yes.
Smith.
Yes.
Ward.
Yes.
Whalen.
Yes.
Willingham. Unanimous.
Thank you. Okay, we now have the next local law, which is local law N. And we're referring that to law and also rules reform. That's the local law, the charter changes. Okay. Do we have a local law number? Okay, local law O, which is the vaping law, that's going to be referred to law and also health. And then we have local law P, which is the tobacco retail licensing. We're going to refer that to law and health also. Okay, we've now reached the consent agenda. Are there any requests to take any items off? Go ahead, Mr. Moriello.
Madam Chair, I'd just like to add all members of the minority conference as co-sponsors to all the items on the consent agenda.
Thank you. Okay. Hearing no desires to take any items off of the consent agenda, are all those in favor of the entire consent agenda, items 581 through 584? All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Resolution passes.
Motion adjourned.
Thank you. We have a motion to adjourn. Is there a second? Thank you. Ms. McLean Lane.